Firsts are a big part of growing up. Some firsts you probably don't remember, like when you ended your parents' ongoing debate of whether your first words would be mommy or daddy, or when they scrambled to grab the video camera when you took your first little steps across the hallway. Other firsts are more memorable, like your first home run in Little League Baseball, your first time pulling an all-nighter with your best friends, or your first kiss with that cute girl from English class. My name is Jack Parr, and today I'll be talking about another important first, my first car. My first car holds a special place in my heart. It's given me the freedom to go wherever I want to, within reason of course, the joy of cruising down the highway with the windows down and the music up, and has led to countless memories and stories that we can save for another time. This is Eric. My girlfriend named him Eric, I don't really know why. A 2004 Hyundai Sonata. Beautiful, right? Now, I could go into detail about how Eric got so beat up, but I'm guessing you guys don't want to be here all night, so we can save that for another time. Instead, I'll use my research from the past few weeks to tell you a little bit about Hyundai and its path from Korean startup to world power. I'll talk about its beginnings and early years, its US development, and its status in the world today. So where and when did Hyundai first begin? Well, I started driving my dad's old Hyundai in 2016, but I'm going to take you back a little further to 1947. This is when South Korean entrepreneur Chung Ju-young founded the Hyundai Engineering Construction Company in Seoul, South Korea. Now, the goal of the company was to provide reconstruction in South Korea after the end of the Second World War. By 1967, its first model, the Cortina, was produced in conjunction with the Ford Motor Company. Now, the Cortina was a big hit, and Young wanted to produce his own car without the help of Ford, which led to the Pony in 1975. And here's the Cortina and the Pony. Now, the Pony was an even bigger success, causing Hyundai to start exporting its cars, first to South America and then to Canada, where it really took off, becoming Canada's top-selling model. Now, Hyundai wanted to sell to the United States, but they couldn't at the time because their carbon emissions were too high. So finally, in 1986, they made the Excel, which is a redesigned version of the Pony that was more fuel efficient and could be sold all across the world. Americans loved the Excel and bought over 100,000 in just the first 7 months. So now we know how Hyundai first got started and how it originally got to America, but how did it develop into a US powerhouse? Well, Hyundai debuted at a time where many Americans couldn't afford the most luxurious car models that were popular at the time, so they turned to Hyundai as an alternative. And these included a lot of first-time car buyers. So early on, there were some questions about Hyundai's durability and its reliability, which caused its reputation to suffer a little bit. But they responded by making massive improvements to their design and technology and continuing to open production facilities and headquarters all across the country. And here's an example of some of their studios in the US today. Today, Hyundai employs 25,000 Americans across 830 dealerships nationwide. Hyundai Motor Company has shown a commitment to investment in the United States, investing over $10 billion since it first came over in 1986. Its new US headquarters, shown here in Fountain Valley, California, won the Project Leadership Award at the 2014 REMI Awards for Leaders in Corporate Real Estate. So it's safe to say that Hyundai has established itself in America and won't be going anywhere anytime soon. So now we know about Hyundai's origin, we know about its path to America, but how is it doing right now? Well, Hyundai is more popular than it's ever been and is starting to earn some recognition on the world stage, according to the 2019 J.D. Power U.S. Initial Quality Study, which is shown here. As we can see, Genesis, a brand that's owned and operated by Hyundai, is ranked number 1. Kia, another Korean company that shares design strategies and facilities with Hyundai, ranked number 2. And there's Hyundai at number 3. Just think about that for a minute. Hyundai has a hand in the top 3 car companies in the US today. So why are the Korean companies dominating the industry today? Well, J.D. Power's Vice President of Global Automotive, Dave Sargent, offered a possible explanation. And this is what he said. He said the Korean companies have become adept at giving consumers exactly what they want and nothing else in terms of extras or distractions that distract from those things. They make the technology extremely easy to understand and to use. So an example of what Sargent is talking about is the brand new Hyundai Palisade, its 2020 model. Talk about giving the people what they want. Doesn't that just make you want to get in and drive? According to the Wall Street Journal article, why the Hyundai Palisade deserves to be labeled a luxury SUV, it has premium powertrain, noise-canceling technology, and turn signal cameras allow you to never miss a curb. The Palisade is just the latest example of Hyundai rising to the challenge on a global scale, and it's certainly come a long way from its conception in Korea, and it's currently ranked as the 94th most valuable company in the world according to Forbes. So I've given you a lot of information over the past few minutes about Hyundai's rise from Korean startup to world power. We've talked about its origins, its US development, and where it is today. So next time you see someone driving a brand new Hyundai Palisade down the road, maybe you'll stop and think about Chungju Young or the 1975 Pony. Well, you probably won't do that. But if you ever see me driving my old Hyundai Sonata down the road, make sure to honk and say hello. Thank you. Any questions?
Hyundai's long been known for fuel-efficient cars. What's its position on electric cars?
Electric cars, Hyundai is currently not in that market. They're focusing on developing, the Palisade was a long process. It was originally scheduled to release in 2018. So they just got that out, and that's what they're on right now. But not to say that they won't enter that marketplace in the future, but they're not currently in a position to with the resources they have now.
A number of U.S. automakers generate huge profits from the sale of pickup trucks. Where does Hyundai stand there?
Hyundai's not big on pickup trucks. That hasn't been a source of revenue for them since they started. And again, it may be in the future, but it's not currently right now. Thank you.